I was thinking today at the gym that sometimes it's easy to look at somebody's chapter 20 like they've always been there, right? Like I'm sure you guys look at Dan and I and you're like, man, these guys have always been able to sell. These guys have always been able to communicate at a high level. These guys have always had charisma. These guys have always been able to make things happen, whatever. Right? Well, that is far from the truth, at least for me. I mean, when I graduated college, first off, in school, I didn't pay attention in school. I was not your bookworm, so to speak. My motto was D's get degrees, baby. D's get degrees. And that's exactly what I did, man. I mean, I basically finagled my way into A&M, Texas A&M, and then I did just enough to pass. Just enough to walk the stage at the end of the year, or at the end of my college career. And, thankfully nobody's ever asked me my GPA, but it wasn't good, And then I graduated, I started selling flooring and making like $500 a week. And I remember my boss telling me when I was like 23, 24 years old, he's like, Zac, you're not very good at sales. You are not cut out for a sales role. And he ended up moving me to project management. And that pissed me off. That really made me mad because I was like thinking to myself, I can sell. I just don't care about flooring, But in reality, I wasn't the best. And so what did I do? I decided right then, you know what? I am going to become great at sales. And I read every sales book I could. I mean, back then it was Zig Ziglar and Brian Tracy and Tom Hopkins and Napoleon Hill, and I just devoured all of their stuff. I bought so many Brian Tracy sales courses and all kinds of stuff, and I just devoured it. And then I ended up joining a network marketing company to force myself to sell, and I would go around and pick up business cards from anywhere I could find. There was like specific restaurants in Texas and like post offices and FedEx stores and stuff like that that people would put their business cards. And I would just collect all of these business cards. And then I created my own script and I just cold called these people, just getting rejection after rejection after rejection. I wasn't good. I didn't know what I was doing. I had to refine my script. I had to figure out, I was basically, other than reading books, right? YouTube wasn't really a thing. Like people weren't putting up YouTube videos and stuff like they are today. I had to teach myself matching and mirroring, tonality, what to say in the beginning to get somebody to not hang up on me. And then I booked like 80 something appointments for myself. And then I would go and meet these people, random people, and try to pitch them to join my network marketing company. And not a single person ever signed up. Not a single person. So not only did I figure out how to go through hundreds of calls just to get somebody to book an appointment with me, then I would go and meet with them, drive all around town to meet these people. And then I never was able to sit down in front of somebody and actually close them. And that ended up leading me to my furniture franchise. So I ended up going from there to my furniture franchise, where I actually worked for the franchise for a year first. Then I was able to buy my own franchise. And I started at the bottom, right when I started, which was in April. Everybody else, there was like 100 dealers at the time. 5 started with me, so 95 already established dealers that started in January. Okay, so they already had an entire quarter head start from me. I started in April, and I absolutely smoked every single person that started with me. I became Rookie of the Year. And not only that, I took my dealership from 0 to top 10 in my first year in only 3 quarters. How? Because I was relentless in improving my skill of sales. I ended up speaking over the course of that time. It was probably like a 3 or 4 year span. I ended up speaking over 1,000 stages, selling people on stage, which is a whole different skill that I was able to learn. And I ended up speaking in Vegas, over 5,000 people, and just became relentless in the pursuit of this skill of communication and sales and closing and negotiation. And I still have a ton more to go. I mean, I am constantly trying to get better, constantly trying to learn from guys like Jeremy Minor. Right now, he's been kind of like the main topic for me as far as learning a deeper level of tonality and stuff like that. But guys, we all start somewhere. I did not start where I am today. The skill level I have today was not where I started. I have made thousands and thousands and thousands of calls. That is why I am where I am. I have done so much volume that it is unrealistic for me to suck, right? That is the key. And so if you're ever feeling down, just lean in to the skill development of your craft. And I promise you, over time, you do get better. You do get better. I mean, there's a reason why Dan closes at such a high level. He's been in sales for a long time. He has done this for a long time. And once you master sales, then you can go and sell anything. I've sold so many products. I've sold online products. I've sold e-commerce products. I've sold all kinds of products within your house, like bedding and furniture and things like that. I've sold real estate, hundreds and hundreds of houses. I've sold, windows. I've sold, obviously, solar. I've sold, the list goes on. I mean, I could probably sit here and count like 100 products that I've sold, over my life, right? And it's all the same. It's all the same. Once you figure it out, it's all the same. You learn your product, and then it's all psychology. And that's the beautiful thing about sales. Sales and leadership are the top two skills that you can learn that can make you vast amounts of wealth. I'm 34 years old. I have a long ways to go. I have no doubt in my mind that I can become as wealthy as I possibly want to be. And so can you, if you learn those skills. Let's rock and roll. Keep your mind in the game. Get better today. Big Z out.